Echo, lights on.
Okay.
That barely helped.
Sure.
How you doing? Hey, how are you, sweetheart? Thank you for joining me. This is my first YouTube live, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I have to make sure to watch it. Oh, goodness. This is my second weekend officially stuck at home. For anyone who doesn't know, I live in California, and just the other day, we were officially put on lockdown. So this is my first official lockdown weekend. So I decided to go live, give other people who are both grown men, and they have their own things that they need to do on the weekends. So I figured, why not just go live and have you all join the distraction with me? No, it's interesting because I am an extrovert. So being in the house away from people, I'm thankful that I have my roommates, but it's hard. It's hard to get out. It's hard to not be able to go out there and not to be able to make friends. So no, it is scary to go live because it's not just you talking directly to a camera, it's being able to see the chat, being able to react in real time. It can be a bit much. So we're just gonna do this. A little distraction, as I said. I hope other people will join so that they can join. I'm actually drinking wine as we do this. It's only about 12:30 here in California. It's wine o'clock, right? I might also do this on my birthday. My birthday is April 2nd, and I don't anticipate that any of this will have let up by then. So we may just have a YouTube live birthday party. It feels so good. Not even with everything that happened, with all of the views that video got and the new subscribers that have come in. Aside from that, I had to speak out because, like I said in the video, my mother had DID at the time. When she was diagnosed, it was multiple personality disorder, and I grew up watching her struggle with that. So to see somebody like her come through and make a total mockery of it was too much. And I was like, no, because like I said, my mother passed in December of 2017, so it's still really fresh to me. And community. And actually, I'm thankful for it because I didn't realize there was such a huge community of individuals, of systems on YouTube. Like there's a community for just about everything on YouTube, but I didn't realize that it was so vast and so broad. And her trolling led me to Dissociated, led me to Team Pinata, led me to those of you here. And I can't help but be thankful for that. I will do a video talking about the positive experience that I had with my mother. Oh, hey, sweetheart. And I hope to find them. I will be doing it, like I was saying, I will be doing a video um, about my positive experiences, my positive memories of my mother, um, her with my mother, her altars, growing up with that. Because I know in the second video I did, the Why I Spoke Up video, I only spoke of the negative experiences that I had, and because was that's what hit my heart when I saw Triss's video. And that second video was absolutely shit. I absolutely could not with her. But yeah, I want to hug everybody. All of the systems that have reached out and contacted me, I want to hug all of you because I know how isolating it can be with that disorder. My mother was lucky because I knew two other people because of her who had it, and I saw them. They switched in front of me. Actually, only one of my mother's other friends switched, like I think once, and but the other friend that my mother had a small child, and I actually would love to know how they're doing because they were 6 and I was 11. So, goodness, that means that they're in their 30s now. I'm still blown away by the fact that I will be 38 in a couple of weeks. That feels surreal. I'm really looking forward to 30, but I'm going to try, even with all of the craziness going in the world, I'm really going to try to make 38 as special as possible. Because I always make a big deal about birthdays because as we know, as 2020 and years past have shown us, you never know if you'll live to see another birthday. So let's not be morbid though. I get that a lot. I get that I don't look like I'm anywhere near my 30s. And if I could just wield that power for good, if I could just find some way to harness that. Well, I mean, I could. I do live near LA. Who knows? So, going to give some people a few more minutes to join. What do I have? My Moscato. So, oh baby, I've heard so many things about what happens to the body when you turn 40. And I was actually joking with one of my friends yesterday in Facebook Messenger. I said something like, if I was married right now, I'd probably be one of the people who would have a baby. I'd probably be pregnant by the end of this, because that would be all I'd want to do. Like, yeah, let's read, let's work on some projects. But when work from home from 8 to 5, 7 to 4, whatever your schedule is. But as soon as you close that laptop, you getting up in these guts. That's all I'm saying. I'm so not gonna get monetized. But the thing was, like I said, I'm almost 38. I've never tried to make a baby, so I don't know if I can. I want to. I'll do a video later about my last relationship and some relationships prior, what I went through, what I've learned from them. But I've never been close to being engaged. Never had a serious conversation about having a family, except for one, and I may talk about that in the video. But I'm still friends with one of my exes who I might talk about. So I want to ask his permission because I'm still really close to him. He actually follows me on everything. We follow each other on everything. I actually may be in his wedding next year. I may get into that later. We have nothing but time. I think my sex drive is gone. I mean, it's hard these days because you look at, no matter what your sexuality or gender expression, you can look at some people and be like, y'all are trash. And why would I want to do that? Like, I haven't gone out on an actual, like, real live, this is a date, this is us trying to figure out if we're a romantically compatible type date since my breakup, and that was over 2 years ago. I made a vow to not date and to stay celibate this year because I wanted to focus on getting my life right out here in New York. Oh, I love weddings too. The funny thing was, I had a bunch of friends in New York where I used to live who all decided to get married after I moved. And I'm like, yeah, you couldn't do this while I was here. But actually, it's probably a good thing because I don't have money like that to go to a different wedding every weekend. But I would have loved to have celebrated with them. I'm on live.
You're on live?
Yeah, my bestie is over here, guys. I'm trying to persuade him to come say hi.
Coming to say hi. I'm coming to say hi.
There's not a lot of people on live. It's fine.
Live. Hello, live. How are you? I'm cleaning my room and putting my displays up.
He's actually
being no wine out here.
you just gonna drink from, get your own glass.
Oh, okay.
So what?
That's nice. We all get the same germs.
So while we're out here, since he lived with me through it, I was going to take this time.
Pardon me.
Let's see. Those are the people who are here with me.
Encrypted angels. Hello, encrypted angels.
Yes. They are
Hieroglyphics?
no.
No.
They are a system that found me through my video talking about Trinidad and Tobago. So say hello to A.R. Springer too.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Exactly. So I was going to go ahead and tell the story about how my boss tried to gaslight me.
There was a lot of gas that day.
And not my current boss, because my current boss is a boss. Okay, she is incredible. She gave me a Christmas present, y'all. Do you know how long it's been I've had since a boss gave me a Christmas present? And like, when I went to work on the second anniversary of my breakup, and I was in my feelings, and she could see it on my face because I have a very expressive face. And yeah, and she
almost hit me in the face with your hair flip.
Dude, that's what you get for drinking my wine.
I thought we were sharing. Isn't that what you're doing live? You're sharing?
This is what I deal with. Our other roommate Corey is in his room playing video games. He may join us later at a later date.
He was very brave today. And
twice this week, yes.
Yep.
He went to go get groceries and our quarantine provisions, as I called it on the socials. But it's sad. Are you being inappropriate?
Not on purpose. I just realized the shirt was falling. I'm like, no.
AJ's very modest.
Look, I got a glass.
It's dirty though.
Adds flavor.
We have other types of beverages in the house as well. But yeah. Day drinking is the best drinking. You know, I didn't realize how much I loved day drinking until
She did it.
Shut up. Until was it Nighthawk? I think Nighthawk Cinema was the first time we ever went. Yeah. Okay. So quick tangent before I get into my story, because I want to share this with y'all. So for those of you all who've never been to New York, y'all know there are 5 boroughs. AJ and I both lived in Queens. There was this movie theater in Brooklyn. So it took about 2 hours on the train to get there. It was called Nighthawk Cinema. And what they would do is they would play like classic films or indie films. I love them to death. But they had a series that they did called Spoons, Tunes, and Booze. So every second Saturday, I think it was. I think I think it was every second Saturday they would do Spoons, Tunes, and Booze, which is where you would go into the theater and you would watch cartoons, and they would have breakfast cereal because it was a dinner theater, kind of like Alamo Draft House, if you all know what that is. So you could order food and drink and watch that while the movie played. But during Spoons, Tunes, and Booze, you would watch cartoons, and the cartoons would have a theme. I think the time that we went, it was musical cartoon, which is great for us because AJ and I are both musical theater kids. We both love to perform and dance and sing.
The first cartoon that played was Doug's Killer Tofu.
Yes, it was Doug's Killer Tofu. And the funny thing about that is I was never one of those kids that really got into Nicktoons. So I knew of Doug, but I didn't care. But I loved that episode. And then I actually went there to actually watch a movie with my now ex, but my still friend, Daniel. And we saw this Ryan Gosling movie, which I don't recommend. Maybe I'll do movie reviews on this channel as well. I do not recommend seeing Only God Forgives. I walked out of that movie traumatized and confused. Look, it's Corey.
Oh, wow.
My roommate Corey just emerged from his cave.
Oh, wow.
No, the whole house is here. We have so many inside jokes. Yes. So that was the first time I had ever. That was the first time I had ever done day drinking because it's Saturday morning. So you get there, I think, at 10:30, 11 o'clock. And it goes from like 11:30 to 1:30, I think. And that was the first time I had ever drunk during the day. And
don't forget the other thing we saw.
what other thing did we see?
We went, okay, I'm going to sit down for this one.
Yeah.
Whereby, when we went to the, what was it? The Nighthawk Cinema. Wasn't that also where we went for the
Moulin Rouge sing-along?
Moulin Rouge sing-along?
Yes. Okay. The Moulin Rouge sing-along. I might do IG Live too. So Moulin Rouge is one of my favorite movies. And when Daniel and I told you about that, right? I think I got like a newsletter. I signed up for their newsletter. I got an email about a Moulin Rouge sing-along, and they had like special cocktails that went with the theme of the movie, and there was a drinking game. Like anytime anybody said love in the movie, you had to take a drink. I walked out of there drunk. My favorite.
And Crypto Angel said, "You cracked me up, AJ. OMG, LOL."
This is why I keep him around.
Because I'm entertaining.
You are. But we went there, and I, in my inebriated state, decided to not text, because I have stuff. And I said no, because any corset that I had owned, I had grown out of. But it was a good time. Pancakes. This is my roommate's dog, Pancakes. She's a Chihuahua. She's fierce, but she's a sweetheart.
Ay, Chihuahua. Oh.
Leave the baby alone.
What? It's not like I said ay chimichanga.
Anyway, so we should probably get into the story time.
Corey's face.
I don't know how Corey puts up with us.
Huh?
It's like,
Donde.
It's like, I don't know how you put up with us. We actually, okay, so this is how much I commend Corey, aside from braving the wiles of the outside to go grocery shopping today and yesterday. We three, as gay as this one is, we decided to watch Judy with Renee Zellweger last night.
That was something.
It broke my heart.
Yeah. Because
it focuses on the last year of her life. Like, I'm wondering if they're going to do like a more in-depth, like biographical film where it's like, here's how she started and then go towards her untimely passing. But
like Over the Rainbow. That's what I would title it.
Something. There's, I think, well, this movie was focused on, I think, a British play called End of the Rainbow. So I think that's where this is. You're just covered in salt, huh?
Yeah, just.
So, okay, so let's get into
That part, how long you been filming?
Dude,
it's right there.
it's Facebook Live, bro.
Well, it's YouTube Live. But
Oh.
it's
It's
right
live.
21 minutes and you get into the story now?
Because I've been talking about other things. I've been talking with people in the chat. You sat down here, tried to drink my wine.
Babe, as long as it takes you to get to anything, you have room to talk.
This is my life. Okay, so
Yeah, quick, prep, manscape before you go to a movie and sit in the dark.
Corey's talking about how long it takes AJ to get ready for us to leave the house. You take longer than me sometimes.
I like to accessorize.
We should tell them about that right now.
Why?
He has enough coat.
Shut up!
Okay, so here's what this
I
is
don't
all
have
about.
a cloak.
So we are all geeks. We all love the MCU and the DCEU. Well, DCEU to an extent. So
Well, the love for DCEU is not.
we enjoy certain films within the DCEU.
Fair enough, I score.
The Great Harley. Now, okay, the Coco. Moving on. So we had watched Shazam. This was not the time we watched it with Harrison, right?
No.
Okay, it was just the three of us.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I thought it was.
no.
You were
Harrison wasn't here yet because I hadn't seen it. No, it was with Harrison because it was when we were here. The first time we watched it, we were at your parents' house.
That's right.
So it was when Harrison, his cousin, was here. So we're all here. We're all watching it. Where'd the baby go? And now, prior to this, I have to give you a little background. So we have a closet. I don't know. Let me see if I can get it in the shot.
AJ doesn't live there.
So that door,
Ha 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 ha!
so that doorknob you see right there, that is our coat closet. No, it's fine. So, okay. So that is our coat closet. And Corey was cleaning as he normally does on the weekends. He cleans the front room and the kitchen very flawlessly. We appreciate it, Corey. I raise my glass to you. And
I think you were also cleaning to prepare for that party too.
something like that. And so Corey opens the door and he's like, "Whoo, y'all got a lot of coats in here." And I'm like, "Only one of those coats in there is mine." And Corey's jaw dropped not to the floor, dropped through it, and was like, "You mean to tell me all of these coats belong to Anthony Wan?" I was like, "Yeah, only the white one in there belongs to me." So sometime later, it was either later that day or the next day.
About a week.
Okay, so about a week later, we're watching Shazam. Shout out to Zachary Levi, one of my faves. So we're watching this, me, AJ, Corey, and Harrison. We're watching Shazam.
Shazam!
And I can't wait for Shazam 2. And the villain walks in, you have one of those long shots where you have the back of the villain's head and you can see him swagging into the room. And AJ is just sitting here like, "I like his coat."
It was a nice coat. It was a nice leather half trench with a furry collar, and it was beautiful.
It was a great coat,
It was a nice
but
looking
without
coat.
skipping a beat.
You have enough coats.
And AJ was
"How
like,
the hell are you not holding on to that one?"
because AJ was like, "Where was that? What is that about?" And so we told him, and it's just been something. It's one of our apartment inside jokes.
And Big Brother was apparently listening because, not more than just a day later on my Facebook or Instagram feed, I'm seeing advertisement on websites for men's coats. Nice.
Nice coats. I mean, when you have more room, you can definitely buy more coats. But the fact that and then you look above at the shelves in the closet.
Oh, come on.
Corey was like, "Is this all?" Is like, "What about this?" I'm like, "That's AJ."
It's a box of scarves. Look, it was cold.
Scarves, hats, and shit.
And I was like, "My boy likes to accessorize," which is what we mean when you take a while to get ready.
I feel very attacked.
Calm down, Laganja.
You need a shirt.
I love the both of you so very much. Make my life so full. Anyway, let's talk. 27 minutes in. Let's talk about. Y'all like my shirt?
Let's talk about you
And no?
No. Because I'm trying to get monetized. So my shirt. So y'all like my shirt? It says this woman figures shit out, gives no excuses, and makes shit happen.
You can't say shit and try to be monetized.
I can. I just can't say it too often.
Shit.
Stop. Okay, so let's talk about when my boss tried to gaslight me. Like I said, this is not my current boss. My current boss is my everything. Actually, her birthday was yesterday, and I sent her an email wishing her a happy birthday. I love her, my Pisces queen. And she's on the cusp because today is the beginning of Aries season. So, all right, let's talk about it. So, like I said, this is a former boss. I'm not gonna tell you guys which one. So AJ knows. I think Corey knows. I think I've told Corey this story, but y'all might not
Told
know.
everybody.
Especially my newbies who have just joined me. Everybody. So
Everybody
here we
heard
go.
this story.
So
Everybody in here getting tips.
anyway, don't say that too loud because Echo is over here. Don't you dare. So don't get any ideas, sir. I saw you.
That evil grin.
Anyway, so I had been at this particular place of business. Yeah. For a while. I had given them my blood, sweat, and tears. I had been very loyal. And every company has its ups and downs. You have those times where company is bountiful, everybody's getting a little extra coin, the love is spread around. And then you have those lean years where some people have to tighten their belts and you might not be fed financially. So this
physically.
Going on a financial diet.
Facts. So what had happened was this particular year, we had gotten an email saying that they were going to lay off a certain number of employees on top of the number that they had already given years prior. So they had been doing like constant layoffs, and I knew a few people who had gotten laid off. So this announcement came, it's like an additional number on top of this number. So I figured, rightfully so, that we just weren't going to get raises, get bonuses, because that would be kind of effed up to give people bonuses.
Language.
I censored myself.
She said effed. Effed.
So I considered
Don't
that.
let that be your epitaph. How?
It was, it'd be kind of screwed up to give other people more money when you couldn't afford to keep these people employed. So normally, and I've found that through most companies, they normally do the performance reviews and compensation conversations in February. So February came, and I was told that we were going to have that meeting. And I was like, well, why? Like, nobody's getting raises, nobody's getting a bonus. So why do we even need to have this conversation? And a manager at the time, what is so funny?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at our roommate.
He's got soul. Anyway, it's a man's world. Anyway, I would love to do covers, but I'm too afraid of them being copyright claimed. Anyway, so we are my manager friend of mine was like, hey, I just want to prepare you because, we're going to have this meeting. And I was like, listen, I don't expect to get a raise or a bonus. And she's like, no, I just want you to be prepared because some people are getting raises and bonuses. And I was like, that makes no sense. So I get called into the meeting. Now, normally when these meetings take place, it's normally just me and my direct manager. For some reason, this was me, my manager, and the VP of the department. And so I'm sitting here like, And so they're sitting here and they're like, listen, it's been a tough year for the company. So it's, not a lot of people are getting, the money that they were hoping to get. And I was like, listen, I saw the email. I've been keeping up. I know nobody's getting raises or bonuses, so I don't expect anything. Then they tried to make it seem like it was my fault.
It was.
That I wasn't getting a bonus or a raise that year.
Gas.
Because it's like,
worse.
we've had people leaving, and with the hiring freeze, we hadn't been able to hire more help, and you haven't stepped up the way we've asked you to. And I was like, listen, for years, I've been asking you to train me on more than my current role requires, because I knew that day was coming. I have a very strong intuition and I have pretty good foresight. I was like, I know that one day is going to come and they're going to be short-staffed and they're going to need me to step up. So I'm like, go ahead and train me so that I can be that backup that you need. And you guys haven't done it. Like, I had somebody over here try to show me something, but because my system is different from hers, they couldn't show me anything. And my managers were like, oh, did you know that? No, I didn't know that. I'm like, okay, so the left hand doesn't know what the right one's doing, but that's my fault.
I stopped myself.
So I sat there flabbergasted. I was like, I still don't understand how this is my fault. So I did what any mature individual would do. I went home and made a YouTube video about it. And I let that video up, replied to some comments on it. Then Monday morning, I get a call.
You're so mean.
I get a call saying that video had fallen into the hands of my boss's boss. And that if I wanted to continue being employed, I needed to take the video down. Now, I don't know if it was the spirit of my mother. I don't know if it was some sort of fire goddess that decided to possess me. But I was in here like, what we're not going to do is gaslight me a second time. What we're not going to do is let you think that you're going to get away with this. And I spoke up for myself. I was like, okay, but what we're going to do right now is we're going to tubes. Why? And and this Cassandra, I just subscribed. I was watching your last video and saw you were like, oh, hi, thank you for joining. You're coming right in a good time. I'm telling
Welcome to the program that's already in progress.
I'm telling the story about how that's my roommate Corey, who is off camera right now, talking about how my a former boss tried to gaslight me. So I'm on the phone with this person, and they're like, the worst part is that they tried to lie. They tried to lie on a former boss of mine. Because what they tried to say was the reason that I hadn't been trained on different tasks was because they were getting negative feedback. Because my former boss was a boss. Like, he was trying to make sure that I was becoming more than an administrative assistant. He was trying to make sure I was trained on this, that, and the third. He was trying to make sure that I was growing and prospering and flourishing. I miss him so much. But she tried to say that he was getting negative feedback, so they decided to stop training me. And I was like, now listen, you are the captain of the ship, right? If you see...
I'm the captain now.
If you see somebody under command of one of your recruits is screwing up, wouldn't it be your job to be like, yeah. Instead, you're just going to be like, well, they can't do it, so we're just going to stop. That makes no sense. If you're trying to train somebody, that means I need to learn. one of the things that a former boss did with me is that she would, if I made a mistake because I was learning, she would stop me and say, look at what this isn't correct. They would show me what I did wrong, make me correct it, because that's how you learn not to make that mistake later. Not just say you made this mistake, I'm gonna fix it and move on. So the funny thing was, this person didn't know that I was still in contact with my former boss. So I sent him a little text. I was like, listen, this person is trying to tell me that you were getting negative feedback about my work, and that's why I wasn't being trained.
What?
And he was, exactly, and he was like, no, I know.
Thank you. Come again.
So towards the end of the phone call, because I didn't back down, towards the end of the phone call, I started hearing on the other end. And I was like, listen, I'm not going to. And I knew she watched the video because she was referencing things I said when she tried to say that I was getting negative feedback. Something about how the people in charge weren't leaders. Remember how I said my current boss is a leader? Like, she's firm, but she understands. She's flexible. She's there, sir. She's there for her people, and she's she knows how to lead. I was like, I have people over here
She is not
who are in their feelings, and they have people, because this was a business where we're dealing with people's sensitive information. So of course you're going to be there asking for reassurance. You're going to ask like, hey, no, it's fun. It's fun for everybody. My last manager was terrible, would throw his employees under the bus. So exactly, that's what this person was doing. So like, I'm sitting here watching people go up to this manager and they're like, hey, can you look over this? Can you give me a hand? And she was just like, no, I'm only working on what I'm working on today. You're by yourself. I'm like, you are in a position of leadership. That's not how you act. You sit there, you should now, if this can wait, please wait until I'm done. Like, I don't. But no, y'all want to be. And then the person that I was talking to was that didn't hurt. I barely tapped you.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
So she was like, you don't know what people could have gone through that day. I was like, you didn't know what I was going through when I made that video, did you? Like, so by the time by the time the video,
so maybe she could spit.
The time the phone call was done, I was like, I'm not gonna apologize for hurting your feelings because I know I did, but I will apologize and take the video down.
I apologize.
And she was like, thank you, Tay. And we hung up. She couldn't look me in the eye for the next 3 weeks. And my favorite part about it is I was in therapy at the time. So I think the next day I went into therapy and my therapist was like, how are you feeling? I was like, iconic. Because that was literally the first time in my adult life that I had really stood up for myself. And I don't know where any of that came from. But
and I'm telling you, I'm not going. This is the worst job I've ever had. There's no way I'm gonna have.
Not to make you feel. What was the video about that they were coming after you for? Oh, I had made a video laying out everything that had gone on that day about them trying to gaslight me in the compensation meeting and trying to say that it was my fault that I wasn't getting a bonus or a raise and talking about the poor leadership. And the funny thing was, I had used brands because this was back when I was still trying to be a booty guru.
A booty guru?
There's a booty guru.
Booty.
And so I was like,
you mean beauty guru?
They know what I mean.
Beauty.
A beauty guru. So I was like,
was old as time.
I was using
Song as old as rhyme.
Booty and the Beast.
That's me. I'm Booty and the Beast. Ooh. Anyway, so I was using Too Faced and Lime Crime. I was like, because what better makeup to use than when talking about a Too Faced company?
So you did like a half and half?
No, the brand's name is Too Faced.
Oh,
so
I thought you were doing a Harvey Dent thing.
We never did learn how to do makeup not properly. I can continue to do tutorials if people want. Like that's not out of the realm of possibility. I love doing makeup. I have an
We
eyebrow.
can have Corey do your makeup. Even he's like, no.
If you guys are new, I have a video where I do AJ's makeup and AJ does my makeup. They're both hilarious.
They're
So
entertaining.
I suggest checking those out. But if no one's opposed to it, I can definitely continue to do tutorials and not buying a lot of makeup this year, especially not right now because deliveries are not sketchy, but I don't want to put any undue stress on people that make deliveries, even though I might order some Postmates for lunch to keep local restaurants in business.
Support local business.
Exactly.
It's already past 1.
And?
What time did you want to have lunch?
Well, I mean, I ate lunch, but it meant dinner.
Oh, he's cooking.
Oh! I was unaware.
And now you know.
Captain America.
Planet.
I didn't care about Captain America until he became Chris Evans. And I didn't even care about Chris Evans until Age of Ultron, so you do what you want, whatever you like to put out there for all of us. Aww.
Remember, the power is yours.
I just love the fact that the spirit of the earth was 1, a black woman, and 2, Whoopi Goldberg. Did y'all see when I was about to call him Picard, when Patrick Stewart was on The View and he offered Whoopi Goldberg a chance to return as Guinan on Picard, and she like started blushing?
She started crying.
I was like, oh, I want to be in Star Trek. Well, any sci-fi. I'm a geek. I love sci-fi stuff. We stand.
End up on the Orville.
You would.
I would. Hell yeah. Heck yeah. Oops.
No, hell is fine.
Oh, okay.
Hi, there you are. Hi, Mari.
Hi.
That's my girl.
Sunshine beauty. See, look. Beauty. Beauty.
Yes.
How's that spelled? Is that spelled B-U-T?
Yeah.
No, it's Buauty.
Oh.
The booty guru. Anyway.
Hi from Dallas.
Oh, hey. Well, where is Stephanie? She's in Texas, but I don't know where she is.
I don't know.
Hi, Alexia. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
Alexia Cardoza.
You know, I got an alert on my phone saying that schools in Lancaster are closed until May 5th.
Wow.
Yeah. That whole April is just gone. It's gone. Yo. And the truth remains.
I need this virus to stop.
Yeah, Corona, Lashonda the virus needs to go sit down somewhere.
Man, it needs to do one of two things. It needs to get worse so I can get some free time off work, or get better. So that way everybody can just stop.
Meanwhile, my company sent us the notice that if you're gonna stay home, use your paid time off or your sick time. Otherwise, you're not getting paid for this.
See
That's
this.
the same for us.
See
Oh,
this.
why did you say free?
No, because if it gets worse, and they have to send us home, it's different. But I can stay home and use PTO and then go in the hole up to 80 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, Tea Trigger is live. That's probably everybody's over there sipping the tea.
Yeah, great.
But yeah, that's screwed up. See, here's the thing. This is one of those times where I feel very blessed to have the job that I have. We 3 all work at the same location. Corey and I both work for Northrop Grumman. AJ works for a company that is contracted by Northrop Grumman, Servicon. So I have the ability to work from home, but I feel for the both of y'all.
Hey.
So he can't work from home.
No, the work that Corey does can't be done from home.
And I
like
mean,
hers.
you
And
can clean here, but we can't pay you.
no, that's
I can pay you in hugs and kisses.
Well, don't whine about it.
Pour myself another glass.
You're gonna hold the
You did
bottle.
that to yourself.
Yeah.
That was your fault.
I know a lot of it is.
What about yourself? And your
I'm in
one.
Washington, and I'm a nurse, so an essential worker.
Oh
so no time
goodness!
off.
You know, I want to take this opportunity to say, I'm gonna raise my glass to those on the front lines, the health workers, the nurses, the doctors, the nurse practitioners, the residents, the grocery store workers, the delivery drivers. I could not imagine, because you all are being constantly just
On the front
exposed.
lines,
Yeah, you all are just being constantly exposed to potential, not just even through this, like potential harmful diseases on the daily. So that was one of the reasons. As soon as they said work from home if you can, I was like, that's what I'm doing, because I don't. Because one of the reasons to stay home is to, like they said, flatten the curve and to not overwhelm the hospitals. So I will sit my extroverted. Exactly.
I thought about
It's so hard as an extra. God, why did I sound like
It's the
Arthur?
wine. It's
I
the
sounded
wine.
like Justin Timberlake as a young King Arthur in Shrek the Third.
Oh yeah.
It's so hard as an extrovert to sit in the house. And I know it's actually hard for introverts too, because I've seen a lot of them being like, no, I'm introverted, but I've always had the choice to stay home. To have that choice taken away from me, it's like, no, now I want to go outside because I'm being told I can't. Like all of us are little kids, right? Like when your parents tell you not to do something, that just makes you want to do it more. Because you're like, well, why are they telling me not to do this? But I'm just like, I mean, I don't have
Clean your room. No, you're stuck in here. Oh, all right.
Exactly. Guess I'll clean. Well, some people are okay with their filth, but we'll talk later. But we were, God, I lost my train of thought because this one was cutting up.
Cuckoo, a choo choo.
No, we do not sing R. Kelly in this household.
Ah, toot toot. Beep beep.
Freak out.
Toot toot.
Freak. Says chic. Freak out.
Toot toot. Beep beep. Beep zip the tang. Bang.
I wish I could without being not demonetized, but because it would be demonetized. Like if I uploaded covers, like if I just found karaoke versions of songs and uploaded them to YouTube, I'm pretty sure those would be content claimed. So, but I would love to do that.
What if we change the lyrics?
Yeah, like I don't see nothing wrong.
With a little food and wine. We moved here from New York. So in New York City, we have the subways. So you don't need a car. And it's actually really expensive to have one in New York City. And kind of dangerous.
Oh, Cassandra is a psych nurse.
Oh. But I'm trying to help reduce exposure to our mentally. Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. So you all are a special kind of nurse. I've through my growing up with my mother, I've been in contact with a lot of psych nurses, but still, I applaud you all because that's a whole.
He's not even sorry.
That's a whole nother level of. It's over here because I needed the.
Come and do it.
I needed the outlet.
That's fine. I'll find something later.
Okay. So, yeah, but I didn't have a car. I don't have a car. And I've been using my income to aggressively pay down debt so that when I'm ready to buy a car, it won't be laughed off a car lot. So, but that's one of the good things that this has done is it's made me sit down and look at my finances and go, okay, how can I rearrange my budget? How can I redo my budget so that money is going towards saving for my car, replenishing my emergency fund while still paying down debt? And actually being able to work from home, because Corey is normally my ride to and from work, except for when he works overtime, I'll take an Uber. So I'm actually saving money by staying home by not paying for Ubers. So that works. Yes, Cassandra, thank you for what you do. So yeah, that's that. But I've been actively sitting down, and I actually have, and I'm thinking of doing a video about this too.
Oh,
Uh,
DID. That's what you were talking about on your previous video.
Yeah, that's how she found me. But I've been sitting down thinking about what I want to do, how I'm going to live differently, what goals I have after the Rona has passed.
The Rona. I am not no.
Like I said, we're a very musical house. But yeah. So how? Okay, so we have a bunch. Not a bunch, but we have different people here from different parts of the world. I think Mari used to live in California, but now she's back on the East Coast. Where's everybody from?
I always say I'm from Queens. By you.
I've never had a patient with the idea.
I also found you after your video at.
We're in Tennessee. Okay.
Oh, okay. Tennessee.
I've driven through Tennessee before.
Isn't that where they make whiskey?
I am just now able to listen to that damn song and not feel any pangs.
Which one?
Tennessee whiskey. Because the last time I heard it was with, what's his face?
Voldemort.
He who must not be named, just won't be named because he doesn't deserve it. From the deserts of Phoenix, Arizona, but spent my whole adulthood in San Diego, and then Virginia. Yes, our old. But we can talk about our history, because I think that would be interesting for the children.
The children? These are grown ass people.
Don't make love to
Chef. Seattle, born and raised and never left. See, I've always wanted to visit Seattle. I just, you know what? That's the one thing that the Rona has done for me. I'm like, I already had the travel bug, and a lot of people are like, I want to go overseas. I'm like, there are so many things in this country that I haven't seen yet. So it's like, I've never been to New Orleans. I've never been to Seattle. I would love to go to Nashville and Memphis, because there was oh yeah, Kenny Rogers died, I think, this morning.
Yep, 81 years old.
And that's weird, because I grew up on, I know, don't let the brown skin fool you. I grew up on Kenny Rogers. My mother used to make me sing Islands in the Stream constantly with Dolly Parton. And, well, not with her, but you know.
Cassandra asks, where are you currently?
We are currently in Lancaster, Virginia.
California.
I'm drunk. In the Antelope Valley in California.
We're in the AV, not the VA.
Right. I was about to say. Well, I'll say it. One of my favorite songs of last year was Old Town Road, and I said one of the reasons it hit home for me is because it reminds me of where I grew up in Virginia. This beautiful little town called Woodbridge. At least the part that I grew up in was a beautiful marriage of the trailer park and the ghetto. And I think that song perfectly encapsulates that. And I was like, I need all of my stripper friends in DC to do routines to Old Town Road. I'll tip. I'm one of those rare women that would go to a strip club with a man.
I know. What's up that you would?
I mean, I had a friend who not constantly, but with her current fiance, for her birthday, they went to a strip club, and she was like, "Girl, this girl was doing things. I almost emptied out my savings account." I had the whole East Coast not adventured after the Rona. Yeah. We moved 11 times to different states. Yeah, see, my father was in the Army, and for some reason, we always stayed in the same spot. We were in New Jersey. So we were like in Burlington, we were in Mount Holly, and it's now a defunct base, but Fort Dix. Shut up, Corey.
Funky Dicks.
Blow up. It's fun. I've done it. Oh, I'm so glad. See, that's why I wanted to do that. I wanted to give people a distraction. I might do this again sometime next week. Again, I'm going to go live on my birthday because we're probably going to be here. We're probably all going to be stuck here. But I don't know. I might wait till these two come home because these two are making this a whole lot better. So
It's what we do. We make things better.
thanks.
Right, Cor?
Beta!
Bata.
What time are you cooking dinner?
I'm in process right now.
It's only 1:30 though.
I need to put me inside the dinner reach. I gotta take a nap. I gotta go work.
Why do you have to go to work tonight?
Because Northrop Grumman don't stop for nobody.
It's true.
Well, how?
Well, you did
Somebody
mention.
picked Northrop, not Northrop picked it.
You did mention yesterday that you might
Yeah.
be going to
Well,
work
I
today.
thought you were going to work yesterday. So I thought it was
shopping yesterday. So
Right.
Work.
So
So
in
what-
my head, I thought that everything had been canceled.
What time do you have to go?
8 o'clock, which means I'm gonna leave about 7, so I can go get stuff.
Stuffs. I'm still mad that there's no sugar anywhere. Shut up, AJ.
There's sugar up here though.
What was that?
Where?
Isn't that sugar?
That looks like flour. Check it, please.
So bossy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's flour. I can't put that in my coffee.
You could.
You know what I find interesting is how
Put
people.
frosting in your coffee.
I find it interesting how different people are starting to find new skills while they're in quarantine. Like some of my faves, Henry Cavill is over here in the UK baking bread.
Is he?
I'm finding a new level of raging asshole.
Spice up your life. Spice up your life. Spice up your life.
I can't even drink because I'm gonna do a spit take. Oh. Oh Lord! All right. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I might wait on my birthday until these two get home, and do a birthday live. So
Well, if it's
that,
on the first, I'll be home.
well, no, it's on the. Oh, that's right. No, my birthday's the 2nd,
I'll still be home.
so you'll be home. Okay.
What day is that fall
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay.
AJ's birthday is 3 weeks after mine,
April 25th.
and then a couple weeks after that is Corey's birthday. I'm exactly
May 1st. Yes.
second, same birthday.
Why did I think it was the?
He has the same birthday as The Rock. And
And
Henry
you're gonna smell what he's cooking.
and Henry Cavill's birthday is May 5th. And Chris Evans' birthday is June 13th. Yes, I'm extra. I know about my faves' birthdays. I know their signs. Henry is a Taurus, like these two. Chris Evans is a Gemini.
It's like that commercial with the Yellow Ranger in the elevator with Mary J. Blige. And it's like, I don't even know your birthday. So all I could say was,
I have no idea what I would do if I met my faves. Like, oh, there's
flood
another.
the basement.
That's a.
Did she just hit you?
Again.
That's a story time for another day when I so lovingly asked Corey to drive us to Zoo Culture, and then I was too much of a chicken to go in. But now Zoo Culture is closed due to that Rona. But I feel like I need to make another trip.
We're just calling it.
It's that Rona.
That Rona.
That Rona. Corona Lashonda the virus. Okay.
My Corona.
Ding. That's what I was thinking.
My Corona.
Anyway. So yeah.
Gonna make that booty run. Booty run. Gonna make that booty run.
That's Corona. We do have some Corona here. And some White Claw.
We have a good bit of Corona up in here.
And some wine.
Well,
Or is that the last
this
of
is
the
the
wine?
last of the wine.
It's the last of the wine.
So-
it's still mine, just it's like
It's no more wine.
Well,
What's he gonna do? Tequila.
Yeah, we have a nicely stocked bar. So if we need to turn up, we can do it.
Turn up for what? Turn up for what?
Anyway.
But it click clacking like that.
It did. It was like, yeah, it did that. Oh, oh girl.
And I think on that note,
Present.
that's another story time for another day. But I think I have kept y'all enough for this Saturday afternoon. I think this might be a weekly thing. I like this. I might not always have these two around, but I think as things continue to grow and prosper, we may be able to do this on a weekly basis. I know a lot of people are going live more often these days. I'm doing it because I need that social
She
interaction.
needs something to do.
And I need the social interaction. But yeah. So feel free.
Diabetic toes.
Sorry. Oh, sana, colita, whatever.
Santa Sana squash banana.
I'm done. Anyway, so so yeah, I think I've kept you guys long enough. We fooled around long enough. So if you wish, please follow me on Twitter at Grown Geek Girl. Follow me on the Instagram at Slay Delval. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging with me today. There are a lot more videos coming. I have a lot in this brain that I want to share with you all.
You can't hang up now. Molly Mole just got here.
Brad.
Mole mole, boom, 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 boom. Mole mole, boom, boom, mole mole, boom, mole mole. Hope you don't.
No, I don't mind you mentioning it at all. Oh, Brad, I just got here. Okay, maybe we can keep just going.
Whatever. What is it?
We can hang out for a few more minutes. That's fine.
Did you hear her do the beatboxing?
It has been so long since anyone serenaded me.
Oh, we could break it down like.
Something cool. You just got tired of doing what you tell them to do. That's great. Yeah. Great little man. Break it down.
Woo! 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 Got quiet real fast.
I was taking a sip. I love y'all so much.
That's too funny.
That was really funny. I love how this started out just me, and then you two slowly trickled in, and it just became a party. Oh goodness!
I feel like I need a drink.
Come here, pancakes. Come let the people see you. So, for those of you who are just joining us, this is the pancakes. This is Corey's little girl. Why do you look shy?
She's like, no, people are looking at me.
She's like, I'm doing the adorable thing.
No. She smells like puppies. But she's
Look. Say hi.
say hi, pancake.
Yes, hi.
She's a really good girl. We've been spending more time together since I've been working from home. And it's gotten to the point where now my cat doesn't even want to be on the bed because Pancakes has been allowed on the bed. She's sleeping in the closet. Shut up, Corey.
Sibling rivalry has begun.
Yeah, but it's funny because most of the time they can coexist. But I feel like, oh, she's a Chihuahua. She's a Chihuahua.
Oh, Chihuahua. Dun, dun.
Chihuahua.
Wait, what's the account name? It's Slay Delval. SLAYDELVAL. I may, because my family follows me on Instagram now, I may do a separate account for more
Family friendly material.
well, no, the Slay Del Bell is for the family friendly material. I may do an after dark Twitter. Not Twitter. I may do an after dark Twitter and Instagram because
I have a Chihuahua mix. She's my baby.
yeah, Pancakes is one of the sweetest dogs. You need to hold her up. If I'm gonna do what?
Hold her up.
Go see her, baby.
If you're going to do
Go see
that,
her.
do what?
Go see her.
Pancakes.
Come here, Pancakes.
Pancake. Oh, she got the ball.
Oh, she's
Never
got a
mind,
ball.
she's
She wants
gone.
to play.
Go see daddy.
So yeah, but I have my 15-year-old nephew and my 11-year-old niece. She's about to be 12, so that follow me on Instagram. So I don't need to be posting thirst traps on that account. So I may do a separate Twitter account for all of that.
Some people's they be thirsty.
But yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about real quick? What's on your mind? How you guys are all getting through this? What your plans are for the coming week?
Well, I'm gonna beat my meat over there.
Sing.
Sing the Lion King opening.
We're not singing the entire thing.
Pennsylvania. That's where my mama is at right now.
His parents are Pennsylvania.
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 Pennsylvania, it's a Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, it's a Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, it's a Pennsylvania.
They moved from Lancaster and
left
ended
us
up on
with their son.
Who wins on that one?
That's true. Yeah.
I run a support group for others with DID on Saturday. Okay.
If you're going to sing, that's what Molly
You
meant.
have to,
You have to hold the pancakes up because we were.
Oh,
singing
okay.
Got it.
Got you. We have
Yeah,
to sing. Okay. We did that all day. Yeah, she's playing with her toys right now. So on a later live stream.
Cassandra says, work, 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 work.
Work. I love Rihanna. Oh my God. Rihanna is one of those faves that I have that makes me question my sexuality. Like high key, if Rihanna was to come up to me and said, "You must run away with me right now," I'd be like, "I don't even need to pack a bag. Let's go." Like I love her so much.
Not much else going on though.
Gonna grab a late
lunch and work on my discussion group.
Yeah, my stomach is still on work schedule, so I ate at like 11:30. And now Rihanna, yes, okay. See, we actually saw not Beyonce. Oh my God, forgive me, Queefy. We actually saw Rihanna live. We saw her for free because we had a friend who had a birthday, and her birthday, and her birthday. Rihanna has a song called "Birthday Cake," but we had her aunt worked for somebody who had access to the Skybox at the Barclays Center, and it was like, here, give her these tickets to take her friends to go see Rihanna. And we saw her. And the funny thing about that show was that her opening act was A$AP Rocky. Now, I don't listen to
We can't even repeat the title of the song that person sang on stage because it's just wrong.
We can't. Can anybody explain to me why people love Drake? Okay, I'm gonna put a pin in that because I have some thoughts about Drake. So
We're going on an hour and change.
And
I don't know. Is there a limit?
sorry if I should feel shame. I love Drake too, but I have some thoughts about Drake. So her opening act was A$AP Rocky. Now, yes, I'm a Black person, but I don't listen to a lot of new hip hop. A lot of these mumble rappers out here. Thank you. It's gross. So we sat there listening to A$AP Rocky. Well, we could tell them the censored version of the song that you came up with.
He tried to sing something like money, weed.
and that's all a N-word needs. And I'm just like, what are we listening to? So this one was like,
What did I say?
you
Finances.
and they looked at me and was like, what is he talking about? I was like, just because I'm black doesn't mean I know what he's talking about. I don't listen to him. And I was looking at them and I was like, there are children in this audience who just came to see Rihanna.
No, because they get in a contact high after they vented all that pot through the.
Okay, see, it was worse when I went to see Kendrick Lamar with my good sis Amanda, where it was literally just everywhere. But her show slightly disappointed me because, and I've seen it with a couple other performers where it's like, if they have new material, they will do those songs from beginning to end, but the hits that they're known for that most people are trying to vibe with and dance to, they'll do medleys. And I was so mad because one of my favorite songs by Rihanna is Don't Stop the Music, and she did like 2 bars. I'm like, hey!
Mine is Shut Up and Drive.
I'm just like,
That's the one song I like of hers.
I was like, can you?
One thing you can't do.
I know! I'm learning! I'm working on it. Shut up.
But I was just like, why? Why are you doing snippet? The same thing happened when I went to see Mariah Carey. A friend took me to see Mariah Carey at Radio City Music Hall for my birthday. And I was like, why is she only doing the first verse and the chorus, maybe a bridge of her hits? Can I get a full song? Like, one of my favorite songs of Mariah's is Anytime I Need a Friend. And that's literally what she did. I'm like, this is a 6-minute song and you cut it down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. That's not fair.
Anytime I need a full song.
But let's talk about... But Drake, the funny thing is, my good friend Daniel introduced me to Drake's music because I had no idea. I watched like parts of Degrassi, but I think I watched like the season before he showed up, so I had no idea that he was on Degrassi until after he blew up and people started talking about his past. But
it's a disgrace. Don't hit me.
And so the first song I heard of his was Best I Ever Had. And my friend Daniel, who was my boyfriend at the time, played that song for me before he left to go take a job in Pennsylvania. And he also sang, where's the name of that song?
You can't always get.
It wasn't, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like, I better find your love. I like his hits. All right. It's like, I like his hits. Like, I love In My Feelings. A song of his that actually saved what? And I was like, this song was written for me. I love that song. I still listen to it on the regular. Now, I do feel weird about him texting Millie Bobby Brown. And I do feel a type of way. Actually, no, I don't feel a type of way about him deciding not to tell the world that he had a kid, because there is this danger that celebrities have with their children being exposed when they shouldn't be at such a young age. Because like, you even have people who put their kids on their Instagram, but they obscure their child's face, or they put emojis over their faces. So, he texted who? Millie Bobby Brown. She plays 11 in Stranger Things. Like, it was reported that they had a friendship and that he was texting her, and she was actually saying like, I don't understand why people can't have friends. I'm like, the fact that this man is like 30 or almost 30 and texting a 14, 15-year-old is a little sus. It's a little sus. But just a little sus. But I mean, I think he's okay. I think his beard and world's high turtlenecks. But I don't know if I would ever see him live. I know one of my faves, Jackie Aina, was like, that's my Beyonce, according to Drake. Like, I might see him live just to see what's good. Like, but I don't own an album of his. I have some of his songs on Spotify playlists. And I dance to In My Feelings when AJ and Corey are not here. But because I like to blast my music when they're not home because I don't want to disturb them. But if you didn't want to tell people about his kid, I don't think it's really anybody's business. I just don't think he's all that. I mean, to each his own. Like, there are people who don't think Beyonce is the shit. There are people who don't think Rihanna is anything. Like, she makes good makeup, but they don't like her music. There are people, I mean, everybody's tastes are different. And like I'm not a stan. Like there are certain people musically that I stan. I buy everything that they do. Like currently, I love me some Megan Thee Stallion. I just she's another one that makes me question my sexuality at times.
I
But
like Megan Trainor. She's got some songs I think.
yeah, like there's some people who are like, she's not cute. Like I don't get down to her music, but
Well, Megan Trainor.
Megan Trainor, Megan Thee Stallion, like there people have different tastes. People have different
my seat.
different
I'll be right back.
people have different sensibilities. So oh yeah, like I would give anything to see Beyonce live. I just know that those tickets will be half a paycheck. I mean, I get paid well, but I would have to save up for that. And I actually don't know if I have anybody else in my life right now that would, like, if she was to perform at the Staples Center, I don't know if I had anybody that would go see Beyonce with me.
But then they would have to call it a staple performance.
Don't go over there. You're putting yourself in danger.
You in danger.
It's like your life is in danger. Oh, I'm a DJ, so music. Yes. Okay. So there was a time where I thought, okay, well, there was a time because back when I talked to my father, he actually tried to encourage me to become a female rapper. I don't think I have flow like that, but there was a time where I fantasized about being Spinderella from Salt and Pepper. I'm a huge fan of music. Like I said in my Q&A, it's never too late. I could probably still pursue that dream, but I would have to be an independent artist because they like to keep artists broke out here with these record deals and stuff. So,
Aw, smiley face.
the problem with living in Canada is that they tend to deify artists who are big in the US. Even most of the best Canadian music never leaves here. That's true.
Oh, is Molly in Canada?
Molly, are you Canadian? I mean, that seems like a silly question now because you basically said that. Because if you think about it, like when Alanis Morissette was a pop star, we didn't hear about her down here until she released Jagged Little Pill. And then we were like, something new. We must have all of it. Like it's a lot like why, if you think about boy bands in the late 90s, the early 2000s, how like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC went over to Europe first because pop was very big over there. And then once you started to see it bubble up a little bit, where like Spice Girls kind of opened the door in 1997, they're like, oh, okay, America is ready for this. Because you have a ton of talented artists. Like if you watch Eurovision, which I have friends here that do, and they're very sad that it's been canceled this year due to that Rona. You have a lot of very talented artists from all over the world, but they don't break here because Americans just have very fickle tastes when it comes to music. Like you can be hot one day and then 2 weeks later, people are like, I don't know who that is, which is sad.
I don't know her.
I love Salt and Pepper too. I love Salt and Pepper. Like
I put it on most of my food.
I have most of their albums. I have Black's Magic. I have Very Necessary. I have the one they dropped after that, and then
Push it.
that album was Assault with a Deadly Pepper. And
Wait, is that really what it was called?
That's what the album was called. And I love the fact that that's being used in commercials. It's like, push it. I'm like, I'm hoping they're getting those checks. But yeah, then Salt decided that he lives in Montreal. You know, I've always wanted to visit Montreal. I visited Toronto, which I know is not the same thing. I'm not that ignorant of an American, but I went to Toronto, which was basically New York City light. And I loved it, but I've always wanted to visit Montreal. That's one of the things that Rona has encouraged me to do is to finally get my passport and travel. Even though there are things in America that I want to see first, I definitely want to travel to Canada more. The music industry is so hard to get into. You practically have to sell your soul to make it anywhere.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, but like you have,
You can't say that. You're trying to be monetized.
She didn't hear me.
I did. I just,
You heard me.
but yeah, it is hard. And there are a lot of artists, like you have like Chance the Rapper, who is fully independent, Macklemore, who's fully independent, and you have record industries that are pissed because of technology. It's much easier to release your music independently and get a buzz and get on the charts without the push that you would get from, a major label.
Whoa.
So if I
remember when Atlantis was a pop star.
oh, he means Atlantis.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a sunken city. You can't fool me.
Alanis Morissette, she was before she released Jagged Little Pill, she was a pop star. She sang pop songs and she won, they're called Junos, which are the Canadian equivalents of the Grammys. And she won a bunch of those. And I saw her, but she was like, no, I've gone through stuff in my life and I want to do that. And that's what resulted in Jagged Little Pill. And it's really interesting when you look at certain artists and you see where they came from and how they started. Like Dr. Dre used to be a part of a dance group. And then he was like, oh, gangster rap is the wave. So we're going to do this. So, oh, this was fun. Okay. So I think we're going to wrap it up here because I've kept you all for almost an hour and a half. But I've had so much fun. Thank you guys for hanging with me.
Oh, he corrected.
Yeah.
He corrected it. We still love you.
Yes. I might do this. I know me. I'm impatient, so I might not wait till next Saturday to do this. I might do this on a random Wednesday.
Is it really random if you're telling me you're going to do it on
That's why I winked. You didn't see it because you're doing cooking things, but I winked on Wednesday. Summer did push.
Zach, she may wait for another day.
Okay, Masked Singer, I have to do. You know what? I kind of want to do. That might be a series to do on the channel, is reviewing Masked Singer episodes.
Who you think it is?
Yes, let's do that. Do you think I should do that? Should I think I should like review? I mean,
wait for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do because you're usually here on Wednesdays to watch Masked Singer.
Well, except for the times I had to work late on Wednesdays because sometimes you've done 2 shifts on Wednesdays.
That's true. But okay, so maybe at least Thursday. At least Thursday we might be able to do that. I'll see if we can do that because that's at least one video a week. That's another thing, another side effect of that Rona and a certain troll who has given me.
Chandra says thank you for doing this.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this. I had so much fun doing this. Like I said before, there's a lot of content coming. I have a lot in this brain that I want to share with you guys.
This isn't all wig.
I wanted to give you guys big hair today. I know some of you guys have been hair. I know you guys have been loving the magenta wig I've been serving, but I wanted to give you guys big hair today. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of new content coming. I may go live again in the middle of next week, or also like I said, if you're following me on Instagram, Slay Delval, I may go live there tomorrow. Just because, again, I'm an extrovert, I need the interaction. I don't know if these two will join me. They might. Who knows? I'm not the only bored one here, but we are going to go. Finally.
Wait.
Yes.
I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here. I know there are a million live streams you could have watched today. I humbly thank you for coming to Slay. Bye.
Don't